We left off in part 1 with a primed hull. The next step was to add a rudder tube in the hull and fabricate some brass parts. The plan calls for a flat brass plate for the rudder. I opted for a foil shape, which is more efficient. I carved this half model of the rudder from plywood and polished it to a mirror finish. This was then used as a plug to make a mold. I applied a release wax to the plug, inserted it into this frame and covered it with thickened marine epoxy and less expensive automotive epoxy. When the mold hardened, I used the screws to pull the plug out. The mold is now ready for use. I applied more release wax to the mold, then a coating of marine epoxy, followed by 3 layers of carbon fiber cloth. I filled the remaining cavity with thickened marine epoxy. When the epoxy hardened, I pulled the half rudder from the mold. I repeated the process and placed the newly formed half rudder on top of the mold. When the epoxy hardened, the completed rudder was pulled from the mold. The carbon fiber had a special 3D look embedded in the glossy epoxy. The rudder was then test fitted in the boat and finally installed and painted. Let's take a quick look at the steering system. This is a single cable system which pushes and pulls the tiller arm that is connected to the rudder post. The tiller arm had to be extended so that the rudder could move in a complete 70-degree arc. Be sure to watch part 3. I will be test starting the engine.